Most people don't struggle with studying because they lack intelligence or discipline. They struggle because they study in a way that fights their brain. This video is about the 90-minute study rule, a simple structure that aligns with how your brain naturally focuses, processes information, and recovers. By the end of this video, you'll understand why studying for long hours feels exhausting, why short sessions often feel ineffective, and how a 90-minute cycle can dramatically improve focus, retention, and consistency. Let's start with how focus actually works. Your brain is not designed for endless concentration. It operates in cycles of high focus and low focus. When you try to push beyond those cycles, performance drops sharply. Most people either stop too early or push too long. Both lead to poor results. The 90-minute rule works because it matches your brain's natural attention rhythm. Within this window, your brain can enter deep focus, process information efficiently, and form stronger memory connections. Beyond this point, fatigue increases, mistakes rise, and learning slows down, even if you're still sitting at your desk. The biggest mistake students make is studying without a clear structure. They sit down with no plan, drift in and out of focus, and rely on time spent instead of quality of attention. The 90-minute rule replaces vague effort with intentional focus. Here's how it works. A single study block lasts 90 minutes, not as one long stretch of intense effort, but as a structured session. The first part is preparation. Before you begin, you remove distractions, decide exactly what you're studying, and define what progress looks like. This step reduces mental friction and allows focus to build faster. The next phase is deep work. This is where you actively engage with the material. Reading passively doesn't count. You solve problems, test yourself, summarize concepts, and connect ideas. This is when learning actually happens. Because the time window is limited, your brain treats it as valuable. As the session continues, your focus naturally starts to dip. This is normal. Instead of fighting it, you adjust intensity. You switch from heavy thinking to lighter tasks like review or organization. This allows your brain to stay engaged without burning out. The final part of the 90-minute cycle is stopping deliberately. This is critical. Most people ignore this and keep pushing, but stopping on time preserves mental energy and strengthens consistency. Your brain learns that focus has an endpoint, which reduces resistance the next time you start. After the session, you take a real break, not scrolling, not consuming content, but letting your brain reset. Stand up, move, breathe. This recovery phase is what allows the next session to be effective. The 90-minute rule also improves memory. Learning happens not just during study, but during rest. When you stop and recover, your brain consolidates information. This is why cramming feels ineffective. There's no recovery. Another benefit is reduced procrastination. When your brain knows it only has to focus for a defined period, starting feels safer. You're not committing to endless work. You're committing to one cycle. This rule also protects you from burnout. Long, unstructured study leads to exhaustion and avoidance. Structured cycles allow you to study consistently without draining yourself. You don't need to do many cycles a day. Even 1 or 2 focused 90-minute sessions can outperform hours of distracted studying. Quality beats quantity when attention is managed correctly. The 90-minute study rule works because it respects your brain instead of abusing it. It gives focus a container, effort a limit, and rest a purpose. When you study in harmony with your brain's natural rhythm, learning becomes smoother, faster, and more sustainable. And that's when studying stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling effective.